Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do a little bit of a book haul today. Yesterday I had a mail haul, which was fun. But today I've got a bit of a book haul, and it's sci-fi, science fiction. So I'm going to start right off here in this Signet paperback, Robert Silverberg, The World Inside. Big fan of Silverberg. Don't hear about him enough. This is a New American Library, and it is from my copy here is from the first printing of September 1972. So this is where the world populate. It's about population, and a whole lot more, obviously, but instead of spreading out and sprawl, it's straight up. So everything are these mega skyscrapers beyond anything we would have now, and the culture, and it's a little heavy on the politics of that, and the cultural mores of the inhabitants of these skyscrapers. Maybe a little risque, but Silverberg's a really accomplished writer, in fiction and nonfiction. And then we have this Ballantine book, lovely copy of A Case of Conscience by James Blish. Really nice shape. And this is Ballantine Books, New York, and the original book was 1958. This is a third printing of a paperback from 1972, and it's a story of a dedicated man, a priest who was also a scientist, whose twin vocations, that would be nice, vocations confronted him with a moral problem, which proved him finally, and most of all, a courageous man. So James Blish. This next one is Gordon R. Dickson, The Forever Man. I had read some of his stuff in the past. Steve Donahue introduced me to some of his work also, and The Chilled Cycle, or Child, or however you pronounce it, is something I'm interested in and pursuing. I've read a couple now, and they've all been fantastic. But this is outside that cycle. And this is The Forever Man, old Ace hardback. And this is copyright 1986, and this is the first edition. The dust jacket's a little beat up. Let's see here. The time is the future when the ancient starship La Chaise Galerie is found adrift in space. Not only is the ship intact, despite heavy damage from alien Lagai warships, but the voice of its pilot, Raoul Pinard, comes through loud and clear. Upon further investigation on Earth, it becomes apparent that, although Pinard died 100 years ago, his mind is very much alive, merged with the ship itself. So I have not read this, and I'm looking forward to that. And then a couple of these Star Trek novels. The first one's by Peter David. It's Star Trek The Next Generation. Vendetta, the giant novel. It's in really good shape. Right there. So, let's see when this thing came out. This looks like the fourth printing, and the date is 1991. So, I have not read this, so I'm looking forward to that. What is it about here? The Borg, half organic being and half machine. They are the most feared race in the known galaxy. In their relentless quest for technological perfection, they have destroyed entire star systems, enslaved countless peoples, and, in a single brutal attack, decimated Starfleet's mightiest vessels. Only a final desperate gambit by Captain Picard and the USS Enterprise crew stopped the Borg from conquering the entire Federation. And now they have returned. So that looks like fun. Then, from the original series, Star Trek, My Enemy, My Ally, a novel by Diane Duane, who I like her work very much. This is Pocket Books, and it is 1984, and it looks like this is the 7th printing. El Raul is a noble and dangerous Romulan commander. But when the Romulans kidnap Vulcans to genetically harness their mind power, El decides on treason. Captain Kirk, her old enemy, joins her in a secret pact to destroy the research laboratory and free the captured Vulcans. When the Romulans discover their plan, the neutral zone seized with schemes and counter-schemes, sabotage, and war. So, really nice cover. So, well, looking forward to that. And then, the find of the day, Sans dust jackets, but that's fine with me. These are, all 4 of them are James Blish, and I've owned them in paperbacks. I've owned them in different versions. But they are, and then they're Star Trek readers. So the first one here, they're Dutton. E.B. Dutton. So this first one, they're James Bush's versions of the episodes. So there's multiple ones in here. There's Taste of Armageddon, City on the Edge of Forever, Doomsday Machine. So let's see how they do this here. Let's go to page 83. So they'll give the credit for Harlan Ellison, who's the original author of the screenplay. They'll talk about the script in a footnote, and then you have the story. Enemy Within, Friday's Child. So there's number 1. Here's the second one. Here. And I'm glad to have these. I want to get back into doing my Star Trek episode guides that I do. I've only done one. Let it slip away a little bit. These are always handy to refer to. My paperbacks, some of them aren't in the greatest shape. The Blish paperbacks. I don't know if I can reach one here. Watch me get a whole bunch of Star Trek on the noggin. The old paperbacks look like that. So they're adaptations of the scripts. So this is number 3. You can see all the episodes. And then I also got number 4. I did like the cover art on the dust jackets, and I would have loved to have had them, but this is fine. And this one includes Spock Must Die, which was a Star Trek novel, which in paperback looks like that. So, really excited to have these. And they're probably the best part of the haul. But maybe I can do a little bit of one of these legendary pyramids. So we have Robert Silverberg, The World Inside, A Case of Conscience by James Blish, Star Trek Next Generation Vendetta by Peter David, My Enemy, My Ally, which is another Star Trek original series novel, Diane Duane, Forever Man by Gordon R. Dixon, and then the 4 Star Trek readers. Not a bad day's work. And thank you, BookTube.